Well, today started off like basically any other morning. I'm sitting up there at the house, drinking my coffee, just looking out the back window and just kind of surveying, you know, everything I can see, taking it in. And I looked over down here, I can see Megan's hunting blind from the house. And I thought, you know, something looks different right now. Wonder what's going on. I know this may come as a surprise, but that's not supposed to look like that. We're getting some weather later today. I didn't think it had been that windy, but apparently it was windy enough to, I don't know, relocate this thing. But everything else is still here. She's not done hunting for the year, but for the time being, since it's supposed to get windy and kind of nasty later today, let's go ahead and bring the chair and the tripod up, and I folded the blind up and just kind of left it to sit there. That way it doesn't get blown around. I'm gonna have to come back down here later with a magnet or with some more stakes or both, because there's no telling where those things ended up at. You really never know what's gonna happen on a day on the farm. If you've been watching our weekly devotional videos, you may remember that I've been having some issues with my truck and the spark plugs and all this mega fun stuff, and I'm hoping today, whoo man, this is nerve-wracking, this whole process, and I don't really want to get into it because it's way too technical for me to try to explain, I guess, but yeah, I'm just hoping that this does it. I'm really hoping this does it. Okay. 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 We're gonna see. I picked up this little bore scope off the internet, and I mean the thing was like 25 bucks. It connects to my phone. It has already, I've already made my money back on it on this project by itself. I haven't even used it on anything else yet. It's kind of hard to tell, but I'm taking you down through that spark plug hole, and my little plan worked perfectly. And so now we just gotta wait like a day for this Loctite to set up. Whew. I'm so relieved. That's incredible, and I don't know if it's gonna work or not. I don't know, but I at least got this far. And that's further than I've gotten before. So, let's go check on the animals.
Woo! I got a happy.
Yeah.
We don't need water.
It's going to rain today, and they don't appreciate the fact that they're staying up for their own benefit, because if they got out in the rain, they'd be super mad at us. But if they're cooped up, they're also mad at goats. girls, however, are doing a pretty good job respecting our 3-wire polywire fence. Knock on wood. I don't know if it'll hold forever or not, but so far, so good. So they get to come out, free and come and go as they please. Now, as far as breeding girls go, she is bred, she is bred, she is bred, and she is bred, and Mini Pearl is bred. Rosemary here has got a date coming up to go see Havoc. No, not Havoc. What's his name? Nefarious at Sage and Stone Homestead. He's going to be going over there soon. She is going to be going over there soon. She is? Yep, she's going to have babies. Now, Juniper here, Juniper is going to be the next goat we have to kid. She's on kidding watch in about 2 weeks or so. Maybe not quite 2 weeks. Which means we're about to get hot and heavy into cleaning that stall up and getting the kidding stall ready. Basically prepping the barn for baby goats, because once that starts, we've got them coming pretty steady over the next 2 months, 3 months, something like that. I love baby goat. Baby goat season is the best. It's also pretty nerve-wracking. Not so much for me, although it's more nerve-wracking for my wife, but I gotta, make sure, I gotta keep her in line, right? So it's a lot of work, but we love kidding season. That's part of the reason when you have baby goats, it means we can have milk and everything just works out. I mean, that's why they're here. They're here to do all that, and we absolutely love it. Now, the biggest downside to this 3-strand polywire fence is I need 3 times as much fence. So they're in a pretty small area here now, and actually, I really didn't know they'd already grazed it down as much as they have. Anything that's green, basically anything at all that's green, they've grazed down, and you can see the difference between here and outside the fence. So I'm gonna have to get some more polywire, get some more reels. It's part of it, but it's all right. Because if we can make it to where at least the girls can use the poly wire, I like it better than the net. I mean, the net works really well. That electric netting does work really well, but for me, it gets tangled up in the grass, and it's kind of a bear to move, and it gets tangled up in itself too. I guess with the 3-strand, you've got to do it 3 times walking it around, or, maybe if you're more talented than I am, it doesn't take that much. And it's also cheaper per foot to use the wire as opposed to the netting. So if we can make it work, really, it's just, that's the best solution. Yeah, they're not really going to want to eat that.
Why?
Because it's not tasty anymore.
Why?
Just because it's just dry and tall, and they don't like it.
Really?
Just throw it down out here. It makes good mulch.
Okay. And wait.
Hey, our neighbors are going to do some shooting with their guns, okay?
Okay.
If you hear it, over there. They're going to be over there.
Okay.
One thing I can't avoid, though, this field's going to have to be bush hog. All that stuff that's just growing up, and at this point, nothing's going to eat it, and nothing's really going to waller it down either. So it's going to have to be mechanically removed. All right. It's just the neighbors. It's okay. So last week something really funny happened. I was supposed to have a video to put up on making boiled custard. Now, boiled custard is kind of a favorite here in the South. A lot of people will say it's kind of like eggnog. I've never actually had eggnog. We've always just been a boiled custard family. I was going to have a video on making your own because my wife's grandmother absolutely loves it. She says it's just like her grandmother, I think, used to make. And so, it's what a compliment. So I was supposed to have a video uploaded where, here's how you make homemade boiled custard, just like, better than your great-grandmother, and it was going to be great. And so as it turns out, when you're filming things, sometimes part of your brain just completely goes out, and I forgot to add the vanilla to my boiled custard. Now, it still tasted great, funny enough, but it just kind of tasted different. I couldn't figure it out. And it took me all the way through editing and uploading and getting ready to make that video public when I was putting in my description, all my stuff down there in the description box, and I realized, oh my goodness, I forgot to add vanilla. So the bad news is I had to completely scrap my plan for that week. Didn't have a video last week, which is a bummer, but it is what it is. It happens. But the good news is now I get to make more boiled custard. So you win some, you lose some, you do what you got to do. And so as you can probably tell, it's getting quite a bit darker. I think that weather that we're supposed to get is actually going to come in. I keep maybe thinking I either have phantom raindrops trying to hit me in the head or actual raindrops. I don't know. We're going to go inside. Thank you so much for being here and just hanging out with us on this farm morning. My name's Reagan. This is the GWP Homestead. Appreciate you being here. See you soon.